Hello, I'll just speak to you a little bit in this clip about the sorts of clothes that vicars in the Church of England wear. Those who are ordained as priests will often wear these clothes that I'm wearing right now. This is a cassock and a surplice. The black one is the cassock, the white one is a surplice, and this scarf is called a black preaching scarf, and it's worn typically for funerals and memorial services in our context of St James's. You'll notice now that the white scarf that I'm wearing is a white scarf, and we call it a white stole. And right down at the bottom of this stole you can see that there is a picture of a cross embroidered onto the stole, and there are 2 rings, and this is because this is a stole that I will wear to take weddings. It reminds us that we are asking God to be with the couple as they get married and to anchor them in his love. The next scarf or stole that I'm going to speak to you about is another white one, and at the bottom of this stole there are 2 really beautiful pictures that each speak to us about the creative and the transforming power of the Holy Spirit. As you can see on this side, there is a picture of a dove on the cross, which reminds us that the Holy Spirit's power is at work through the cross of Jesus in our lives as Christians. This is actually the stole that I had for my ordination that marked the beginning of my ministry in the Church of England as a deacon, and I also wore it a year later at my priesting ordination. And I also wear this stole when I'm going to friends' ordinations, and also when I'm baptising new believers into the family of the Lord. This stole here is a gold stole, and it's just simply at the bottom of it got 2 crosses, and you see there's a fringe. And this is a stole that can be worn on Christmas Day and Easter Sunday, 2 very special and joyous days in the Christian year. The last but one stole that I'm going to speak to us about today is my red stole, and at the bottom of this red stole you can see that there's some really vibrant pictures of flames to symbolise the fire of the Holy Spirit. So this stole is a stole that will be worn around the festival of Pentecost, as we remember, normally around the end of May or the beginning of June, that the Holy Spirit came upon the first Christians at the time of the Jewish festival of Pentecost. This is a stole that will also be worn at confirmation services when the bishop comes to lay his hands upon those who would like to be confirmed in their faith, to receive the Spirit's power in their lives, to live for Jesus. And the last stole that I'm going to mention to you is my green stole, and it's got, once again, some crosses on. And this is a stole that is worn in what we call ordinary time throughout the church's year, when there's not any particular celebration going on. In churches where a cassock and surplice will be worn by the priest or the deacons in that church, this is a stole colour that will be worn throughout the year, green. Here at St James's Church of England Church, Brownhills though, if you were to come on a regular Sunday when there isn't a special joyous occasion going on, or there isn't a funeral taking place, you'd find me to be dressed with simple smart trousers or a skirt on, and then what we call a clerical blouse. And this particular blouse, as you can see, it has a white collar at the top, which is just a symbol of how I am a Church of England clergy person. I am a deacon and a priest, called to serve God and his people in this place. And the reason we don't wear at St James's the cassock and surplice and the stoles on a regular Sunday is because we're a Church of England church that's in the evangelical charismatic tradition. We want to emphasise how together, each and every one of the church family, we are a priesthood of believers.